When we think of drug lords, our minds often create pictures of ruthless men commanding empires of illegal trading. Yet hidden in the shadows of this dark underworld are powerful women whose stories of power, fraud, and cruelty exceed those of their male counterparts. These female criminals have etched their names into the records of history. Griselda Blanco, the cocaine godmother. Griselda Blanco was a real-life queenpin straight out of a crime thriller. Coming from Colombia, she didn't just climb the ladder of the drug trade, she practically built the ladder herself. Griselda wasn't your average boss lady. She was ruthless, smart, and terrifying. She didn't bat an eye at taking out anyone who crossed her, earning her the terrifying nickname, the Black Widow. But what set her apart was her bravery in establishing the Miami drug scene, turning it into her own personal playground in the 1970s and 1980s. But Griselda's empire wasn't built on sunshine and rainbows, it was built on bloodshed. She left a trail of bodies wherever she went, making it clear that she meant business. The fact that she did not think twice about utilizing her own flesh and blood to expand her empire and control her sons like pieces on a chessboard is even more terrifying. Sandra Avila Beltran, the Queen of the Pacific. Sandra Avila Beltran was more than just a player in the drug game, she was a legend. Born in Mexico, she entered the Sinaloa cartel early on and worked her way up to become a significant member of the organization. What set Sandra apart was her ability to dance through danger with the grace of a swan. Despite being hunted by law enforcement, she slipped through their fingers time and time again, earning her the title, the Queen of the Pacific. But what made her truly fearful was her ruthlessness. She didn't hesitate to eliminate anyone who posed a threat to her empire, whether they were competitor traffickers or even members of her own cartel. Her success wasn't just measured in profits, it was written in blood. Even after her ultimate capture, her fascination continued to exist, establishing her status as one of the most intriguing figures in narcotics history. Sebastiana Coton Vasquez, the godmother. Sebastiana Coton Vasquez, a single mother from Guatemala, became known as a powerful drug boss, controlling cocaine traffic throughout the country. Despite the male-dominated underworld, she successfully navigated the dangerous waters of drug trafficking. She was involved in transporting tons of cocaine across the border for the Sinaloa cartel. Her ruthlessness was legendary, as she didn't flinch from eliminating anyone who dared to challenge her authority. Her rule was marked by cruelty and cunning, yet she maintained a shroud of mystery, rarely revealing her true intentions. However, her involvement in the drug trade eventually led to her downfall. Despite her best efforts to avoid capture, the long arm of the law finally caught up with her, bringing an unforeseen end to her period of terror. Maria Licciardi, the Mafia matriarch. Maria Licciardi, born on March 24, 1951, was an Italian criminal connected with the Camorra, a mafia-type criminal organization. Maria was no ordinary mafia leader. She was the head of the Licciardi clan and one of the bosses of the Secondigliano alliance, known as La Madrina, the godmother, and La Piccolina, the little girl. She was one of the most powerful bosses of the Camorra in Naples from 1993 until her arrest in 2001. She was clever, strategic, and absolutely ruthless. Unlike her male counterparts, she used her feminine charm as a weapon, attracting allies and eliminating enemies with deadly accuracy. She rose to power after her brothers and husband were arrested, becoming the first female soldier to become the boss of the Licciardi clan. Despite the male-dominated underworld, she successfully led the clan and expanded control over the city's most successful criminal organizations. Her arrest in 2021 brought an end to her reign. Enedina Arellano Felix, the queenpin of Tijuana, Enedina Arellano Felix, known as La Jefa or Narcomami, wasn't just another player in the drug trade, she was its clever planner. Born into the dark underworld of Mazatlan, Sinaloa, she was raised for the game. Her 6 brothers laid the basis for the Tijuana cartel, but it was Enedina who reshaped its destiny. Initially, she lived in the shadows, washing the cartel's dirty money. But when the law caught up with her brother Eduardo in 2008, Enedina was revealed as the cartel's mastermind. With nerves of steel, She led the cartel through dangerous waters, building alliances and destroying rivals. Enadina wasn't just a puppeteer, she was the puppet master, pulling strings with precision. Despite facing relentless pressure, she didn't flinch. Instead, she built the cartel's defenses and ensured its survival, establishing her status as a legend in the narco world. But Enadina's legacy isn't just about survival, it's about dominance. She didn't just lead, she ruled with an aggressive hand, generating fear in her enemies and admiration in her allies. Her story isn't just about breaking barriers, it's about shattering them, leaving an everlasting mark on the history of Mexican drug trafficking.